皆さんご安全に、やまけいです。ゲーム実況 NBA2K19 マイキャリアやっていきたいと思います。今日は、ゴールデンステイトやっていきましょう。
Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan, our sideline reporter, David
さあ、ゴールデンステイト戦
Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Timberwolves. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
They executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Now Golden State's starting five. Thompson and
Nice.
Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. Green and Bell are the bigs, and it's Curry in at the one. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do, rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward, given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop it. I'm not sure if it's a bad start or unlucky here. 0 for 4. Can't think too much about it. Just got to get that first one.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
And here is Curry after Bojan Bogdanovic getting his shot to go from deep. Durant kicks to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State moving it around. Here's Thompson. And the Warriors miss again.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range.
Okay.
All that often. They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
New Orleans shooting their first free throw tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. 5th, Kevin Durant.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Count that one.
Now, Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA, but also a very gifted passer, great at finding his teammates.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson has a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him. He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
It's Ewing high post. Rebounded by Bell.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
危ねえ、今出された。危なかったよ。
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Curry dishes to Bell. Shoots over Ewing. No good from Bell. New Orleans with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. And Bogdanovic kicks to Jackson. Out to the right wing. Inside. Here's Davis. And that
nice pass.
Davis has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And it's Ewing penetrating. Passes it to Cameron. Back to Ewing. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Okay.
Davis has got his second basket of the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Curry can't get it to go.
Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
Pass to Cameron. Bogdanovich with it. Over Durant. Great look there, but off target. And so it's New Orleans. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Defensively, they have had their sights set on one of the most demonstrative players in the game, Draymond Green.
That's all defense is. It is effort. It's
Well, and he should know, a former defender. Some changes for New Orleans. Ewing's checked in for Whiteside. Davis comes in for Amir Johnson. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Frank Jackson. Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jordan Bell. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Curry subbed in for Cook. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Durant and Draymond are the pair down low. Curry is out there with Livingston. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot.
Well, the success of the Warriors is truly built around their culture and their chemistry, and it really starts with Steph Curry. Even though a lot of people argue about Kevin Durant being their best player, their most important player has been Steph. Just a great joyful approach to the game, and it rubs off on the entire organization.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Thompson with the rebound. Warriors trail by 19.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Young with no one around. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. 6 points for Thaddeus Young. Livingston finds Durant. Back to Livingston. And the pass to Curry. That one a little long.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Here's Cameron. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
Okay.
And through the first half up. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Orleans leading by 21. Davis is out there with Ewing. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich. And it's Cameron in at the 2. So that's the group out there. Brent, last season the league cut back on timeouts. Are you hearing any other ideas of how to reduce the duration of some of these games?
There was also the idea last year where they put it into place where right after the second quarter ended, they put you on a 15-minute clock in between halftime.
It started immediately.
And I thought that that was ideal. So if you're at a game and you get to see the dog jumping through the hula hoop.
Which you love.
I love it.
I know.
It's only going to last the 7 or 8 minutes before the teams come back out. And I thought last year that helped the game speed along. And I think they sped up last year, if I'm not wrong, Kevin, by about 3 minutes time.
I'm glad when you go out there and balance the dishes on your head. That's always been so fun to watch.
There's only one red panda, Kevin.
I know. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first personal foul. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's Green, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 5 points so far.
Draymond Green with only one thing on his mind when he gets that close, and that's collecting 2 points.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep him on edge. Also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the official. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Lets the three fly. That shot missing. So Golden State will take it the other way. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Shots good by Durant. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
Cameron, the pass to Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Over Green, and that was good by Davis. 8 points for him.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that 1 miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
Curry dishes to Green. Outside for Curry. Green breaking loose. Passes it to Bell. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Bell. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Bell's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a high percentage score for Jordan Bell, who takes high percentage shots.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Davis in the corner. Bogdanovich passes to Cameron. It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. Durant wide open. He fires. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Durant's got 4 points this quarter. New Orleans leading by 19. Pass to Cameron. Back to Jackson. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Over Thompson. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Okay.
And it's 13 points for Bojan Bogdanović. Timeout called the Warriors.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside. And even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Up in time, and the last second attempt does not go in for it. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Defensive. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
He's picking us apart, right? Guy cuts.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. Livingston is out there with Cook, and it's Holiday in at the small forward. And here's Green outside. That one, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Ewing kicks to Johnson. Cameron, the pass to Okafor. To the inside, Ewing lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ewing's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pelicans. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Okafor with the block.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Johnson in the corner. And the pass to Cameron. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we see too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Different look here for the Warriors. Bell is checked in for Iguodala. Kevin Durant comes in for Justin Holiday. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Cook. And the Warriors miss again. Pelicans leading by 21. Down low, it's stolen by Bell. Here's Thompson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice dedicated drive there from Klay. He committed to it, got all the way in there for contact. Well, Klay Thompson, another one of those sons of former players. I wonder what that's like. Michael Thompson, his dad, the #1 overall pick many years ago, and Klay had the ball in his hands, obviously, at a very young age, and he taught the shooting form to Klay, which looks pretty perfected at this point.
To the middle, here's Ewing, and then Ewing with the
tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
Yeah, it seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them, has them up quite a bit here.
Curry kicks to Durant. And Ewing sends it back. And he recovers it. That's good. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Cameron. Back to Jackson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. And despite all the encouragement from his father, Klay said he didn't envision a pro career until late in college.
Well, he certainly wasn't a top recruit coming out of high school, so here's a little trivia for you, Kevin. Alongside Luke Walton and his father, Big Red Bill Walton, Klay and Michael Thompson, the only father-son NBA duo with multiple titles apiece. I just got one.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Green finds Thompson. It's stolen by Davis. Outside, Bogdanovich. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That's his first foul. Game is so wide open now, Brent. Such a great pace. Does that put more strain on bigger players physically?
I think it's putting strain on everybody. I think last year we saw
regardless of size.
Yeah, injuries to every position, the key guys at every position. I think that some of the physical motions that players have to perform in games because they're covering more in susceptible positions. It's happening to everybody. The issue with the big guys, Kevin, is they're not playing. Less of them are getting more important time on the floor, so it's a strain on everybody.
No good from Durant. New Orleans leading by 23.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
アグレッシブに狙いに行った結果 OK だじゃねえか。まあでも点差開いてるからファウルする必要もないよね。
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Kevin Durant, the ultimate get out of
こ
jail
のファウルも余計やな。
for your offense. With his
点差
height
開い
and
てるから。
shooting touch, get him the ball with the clock running down, and he can make something out of nothing.
And both free throws good for Durant.
Well, he's won an MVP.
おい、しっかり時間使
He's
って
won
い
a
こう。もう
championship. He's won a gold medal. He's been the MVP in the finals. It's a pretty full resume for one Kevin Durant.
Pass to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Ewing. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of
はい、
comeback
しっかり終わらせま
effort.
しょ
This
う。
has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right.
はい、オ
So
ッ
we
ケ
see the
ー。
Pelicans taking the W here.
いいね、ゴールデンステート戦連勝や。なんやろうな、この相性の良さがあるんかな。わからんけど。まあ、たまたまでしょうね、きっとね。
So tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they
はい。
started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that
上位のチームに
rhythm
勝
and
つっていいですね、やっぱね。
from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David
この調子で
Greg Anthony,
どんどんどんどん
and the
勝ちを
whole 2K Sports crew.
積み重ねて
This
いき
is
ましょ
Kevin
う。
Harlan thanking you.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。